After spending 24 hours with the LG G8 ThinQ smartphone, I have a few things to say. First of all, the build, it consists of premium materials, glass and metal, but with a glass back and rounded sides, this is one of the most slippery phones on the market. You're definitely going to want to pop this phone into the included case or buy a skin for some added texture. I will say thank you, LG, for including a case in the box. The only defining characteristic with the build is its smooth camera sensors. They do not protrude from the rear of the smartphone like almost every other flagship smartphone on the market. What this means is the cameras should be slightly more safe from scratches and scuffs, and the phone as a whole won't wobble around when you use it on a flat surface. The other unique design element is the lack of a call speaker. LG has actually integrated the call speaker behind the display, which is kind of cool in that you don't have to put the speaker up directly to your ear to hear what the person on the other line is saying. The entire OLED display kind of vibrates, so you can just place it up against your jaw and you should be good. You should be able to hear what the other person is saying. So where the call speaker would normally go is actually a bunch of sensors to support the new Hand ID and Air Motion features. We have a time of flight sensor, an RGB camera, and infrared sensor in this notch. Basically, Hand ID uses 3 sensors to unlock your phone using your unique veins. The sensors are able to remember the veins in your palm and unlock your phone when you hover your hand over the display. The issue that I found on day one was that it's pretty clunky to use and it's gonna take a while to really get used to it. I got pretty frustrated with it at first, so I've just been using the rear-facing fingerprint scanner and it's been working great. I don't really see why one would go with Vein ID over a fingerprint. Air Motion is a similar story. You hold your hand 4 inches from the phone to get it to start recognizing your hand, then pull it back 6 inches and you can hover left or right to select 2 applications. From there, you can pinch to take a screenshot or play and pause content just by moving your hand around. The problem I found with this is that it too takes some muscle memory for you to get it to consistently recognize your hand. And as of right now, I have yet to find a situation where this would be more useful than just tapping on the screen. The features are cool, absolutely, but it's hard to say if they're anything more than just that. As for the display, we're working with a beautiful 6.1-inch OLED display with a 3120 by 1440 resolution that's surrounded by bezels similar in thickness to the Galaxy S10e and iPhone XR. The display itself, it looks good, delivering vibrant colors and contrast. It doesn't offer the brightest screen, but it's a nice panel that I've enjoyed looking at. We have a Snapdragon 855 CPU with 6 gigabytes of RAM under the hood and 128 gigabytes of internal storage with support for a micro SD card. The phone seems to open and close applications quickly and on par with the other flagships equipped with this 855 chipset. The LG skin on top of Android Pie it's pretty similar to last year's fairly heavy skin in the LG G7. I'm not a big fan of the aesthetics of this skin, and the settings menu can be a little bit convoluted. I also found some occasional lag or stuttering when switching through apps or pulling down the content hub in the app drawer. I think this could be fixed with a software update. The phone hasn't even launched officially yet, so I'm gonna cut LG some slack. Hopefully they can get this polished between now and then. Now, I didn't use the cameras a ton in the past 24 hours, but from the sample photos I got, I like the color science and image processing. It doesn't seem to overexpose too much, nor does it seem to oversaturate images to an unrealistic level. There is a 16 megapixel ultra wide sensor accompanying the 12 megapixel standard sensor. LG has been including a wide angle sensor in its flagships for years, which I've praised. I've really enjoyed using their wide angle sensors. But now that we're starting to see others do the same, it's really taking away a lot of LG's thunder. Now there is a good sized 3500 milliamp hour battery inside, which isn't exceptional, but it's larger than the S10's battery. And we do have a boombox speaker for supposedly louder, more robust audio, but it sounds like garbage, guys. I'm not really sure if it's a dud, but I hear vibrations and crackling and just general distortion that I shouldn't hear. It's pretty bad. Also, I really just wish there was a stereo speaker set up here instead of some marketing gimmick for this boombox audio, which doesn't even deliver great results. With that said, we have a bunch of other features to help round out the phone, like wireless charging, a 3.5mm headphone jack, Google Assistant button on the side of the phone, as well as a bunch of software tricks in addition to AirMotion and Hand ID. I'll be cranking out some more coverage of this handset over the coming days and weeks, but what I will have a problem answering is if this phone can be recommended over the Galaxy S10 or S10e, which is around the same price. The G8 ThinQ starts at $820 and will be available on all 4 major carriers in the US on April 11th. Let me know your thoughts on the LG G8 in a comment down below. As always, I'm BoHD from PhoneDog.com. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you right back here in the next one. See ya.